If you've spent any amount of time researching kombucha, you've probably heard people say that you should only use black tea. Then you'll find someone else saying green tea is better. And then someone else will come along and say that blending teas creates the best kombucha. So who's right? Today, I'm breaking down the pros and cons of black tea, green tea, and tea blends so you can decide what's best for your kombucha. And I'll share why I recently changed how I brew my kombucha. Welcome back to episode 2 of my beginner kombucha series. In episode 1, we covered the basics for brewing kombucha. Today, we're talking about one of the most important ingredients in your brew, the tea itself, because the tea you choose affects flavor, fermentation, and the long-term health of your SCOBY. Let's start with something many beginners don't realize. Tea isn't just flavoring. Tea is actually food for your SCOBY. The bacteria and yeast depend on the nutrients found in the tea to stay healthy and active. That's why most kombucha brewers use black tea, green tea, white tea, and oolong tea. When you're starting out, choosing the right tea can make brewing more easier and consistent. The goal isn't to find the perfect tea. The goal is to find a tea that helps your SCOBY thrive while producing a kombucha that you enjoy drinking. Let's talk about black tea first. Black tea has been the traditional choice for brewing kombucha for many years. One reason is it's rich in nutrients that supports a healthy SCOBY. Another reason is consistency. Black tea tends to produce reliable fermentation and strong SCOBY growth. Black tea usually has a bolder taste. It's often deeper, richer, and more acidic than green tea kombucha. If you're brand new to brewing kombucha and want the simplest place to start, black tea is still one of the safest options. Now let's talk green tea. Green tea creates a completely different kombucha experience. The flavor is usually lighter, brighter, and smoother than black tea kombucha. Many people prefer green tea kombucha because it creates a more delicate flavor profile that pairs well with fruit flavorings. One thing I've noticed when brewing with green tea is that the finished kombucha feels lighter and cleaner. However, some brewers find green tea is slightly unforgiving than black tea, especially when they're first learning. But that doesn't mean that green tea is bad. It simply means that you may notice different fermentation characteristics compared to black tea. So, why did I start blending green tea and black tea? Simply put, because I wanted some of the benefits of both. I enjoyed the stronger fermentation and the reliability of black tea, but I also enjoyed the lighter flavor profile that green tea brings. For me, blending the two creates a nice balance. I get good fermentation performance while producing a flavor that I really enjoy drinking. Now, this isn't the only way to brew kombucha, and it's definitely not the only correct answer. But after experimenting with different teas, I found that blending gives me the results I personally prefer. And that's why you've seen me recently talking more about using green tea and black tea blends. So, what do I recommend if you're brand new to kombucha? Start simple. If you're nervous about brewing, start with black tea. It's proven, reliable, and beginner friendly. Once you have successfully brewed a few batches, experiment with green tea. Then try blending the two. The beautiful thing about kombucha brewing is that there's room for experimentation. Your favorite tea may end up completely different from mine. The important thing is learning how each tea affects your kombucha and discovering what you enjoy most. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Are you team black tea, green tea, or team blend? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up because it helps other kombucha brewers just like yourself find the channel. Next week in episode 3, we're tackling one of the biggest myths in kombucha brewing: sugar. Why do we add it? Does the SCOBY really need it? And can you use sugar alternatives? You won't want to miss this one. And if you haven't watched episode 1 yet, I'll link it on the screen here. And if you're curious on why I started blending green tea and black tea to make my kombucha, check out my video called Why I'm Blending Green and Black Tea for Kombucha Now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next brew. Until next time, may all your kombucha be fizzy and delicious.